Huh. Hello, what's up, everybody? I believe my sound is working. Is it inbuilt? It is. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, so what's up? Let's see how many people can join, then we'll do some coding and that stuff. Also, one of my friends is gonna be here with me in Discord. Yeah, that's it. Where the hell is he? Let me just message him for once. Hmm. Okay, I have messaged him. He should be here. He also had that ticking rate. He's turning on his laptop. He should be here by, let's say, 2 minutes. Huh. Let's actually wait for him and then we'll start talking about the whatever the hell I just made, or whatever the hell is here. Where the hell are you? Uh, hmm. This is the amount of time that he takes to turn on his PC. I don't know why. He doesn't have a PC. He has a laptop, but whatever. I guess it's not. Yeah. I guess this he has access to this channel if I'm not wrong. Let me check. Yes, he has access. Okay. Let's go back. Oh. When he arrives, I'm gonna be like, bro, you have the slowest PC in the world. Like, who takes 5 minutes to turn on PC and join the PC? That was nah. That just rhymed for no reason. Where the fuck are you? Well, it was him. I want to call back. Huh. Oh, finally he's online. Wow. That took him nearly, let me check, 4 minutes. Yeah. Now he's online, but he gotta find the server and then join the VC. He's gonna take another minute for that one, but I don't even know why. Yeah, that's the case. Hmm. What the hell did it go? What the fuck is this? They added new ones or what? Yeah, they added new ones. Weird. Actually, I'm gonna be streaming here. Wait, just share my screen so he can see it. I believe it will not degrade my performance. Whatever. I guess it's who is it? Oh, it's a celebrity. Sorry. Let me just message him. Join quick. Loading what? Huh? What? Let me just share him the link for the BC. There was an option to share the link for the VC, right? Wait, it was that. Gotta find him. Bro, you took eternity to join the stream. Sorry, join the VC. What's wrong with you? Huh. I could have just played a match, I guess, on Valorant. That would be better until he arrives. Bro, you're taking eternity. Where the fuck did he go? There he is. Bro. Hello. Hello. Hello, Ankan. Hello. Bro, there is no sound. You're not audible. Flickering the mic doesn't work. You're muted. Wow. Ah, I hate these people. We'll just wait for him and then we'll start some coding. Yeah, there he is. Hello, Ankan.
Hello,
Yeah, now you're audible. Bro, you took eternity.
hello,
Hello. You're audible.
hello.
The fuck is wrong with this guy? Hello.
Uh,
Let me just write him. You are audible.
hello.
Hello. That's why you shouldn't be using Bluetooth with PC. Hello. Change your output just. Hello. It didn't even hit him. Lol. Hello.
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 Yes, bro.
Bro, you took eternity. Literally.
It's not my fault.
That's your fault. Which PC takes 5 minutes to boot up?
Mine's
Yeah, you got a laptop, right?
yes.
So
So
whatever.
what's going on?
I basically
What's going on?
showed you the template, right? This thing.
Yes.
It's actually made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 versions of this based on what requirements I'll be having. So actually asked Copilot for this one, and it suggested welcome subscription. I'm not going to be having any subscription, so I just eliminated that one. The password
Uh,
change, account deletion, and some others. So I took inspiration from here and I created account deletion. This one,
uh, account
em-
relation.
email verification. Like your once you sign up, you get this email. Then you click on this link,
Uh-huh.
and it will redirect you to that thing, like to that original website where it will be verified. Get it? Next
Okay.
up, we have the email verified. So now once your account is verified, you will be getting this email where your account has been verified. You can access your dashboard from here. So you can just go to your dashboard or basically the main page. Next up, we have the job applied. That is when someone applies to a job, because I told you, right, that all the jobs will be having the easy apply option similar to LinkedIn. So whenever you
Mm-hmm.
apply, you get this email with the position that you applied for and the company that you applied to. Okay. And
All
there
right.
will be the link for the direct email to the company. Over here, you'll be contacted by the company if your application is successful. If you need further assistance, please contact the company directly via email. Okay, so you're actually exposing the public email of the company in this email. Okay, next up we have the password change. We're generating an OTP. This is the password updated. Okay, so once your password is updated, you will be getting this email that your password has been updated. And but if you didn't make this change, you can just contact us. Yeah, which will not be working, but whatever. And
In a
last,
model would be fine with the password section,
what?
updated section. A model would be fine. Why to send an,
There, bro.
email?
It's inside your email. Emails don't have models.
Why? I mean, why are you pushing emails?
Yeah,
just to update the
don't
password.
don't you get emails when your account when your password gets updated?
Uh, I don't think so.
You
I
do.
don't know.
You do actually.
I have to check. But mostly, if yes, then I don't think most of the companies do that. Most of the apps do that.
I mean,
I'm
it
not
doesn't
sure.
matter. Ultimately, I'm going to be having a toast notification, but I'll be just reading this because I have free servers. That's why.
Okay.
And either ways, it's not my project. Just take notes.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, we have the reset password. We generate an OTP for the user that will be passing. I have the email actually over here with not this one, this one. Reset password. Is it this object, right? So company name, support email, username, and the OTP. So the OTP is the same one over here. So it'll be generating the OTP and passing this one as prop. Currently, as I'm doing it next and I'm just testing, so I just passed it as an object. Okay. So
Okay.
how is it? Is it all
That's
good?
good. Yep.
Now I gotta. There are some things like what are the common things in these components? Tim, I'm gonna be uh, placing two components side by side. You just tell me what are the common things.
The HTML template, the heading,
Yes,
the
we have the
tags.
preview.
It's
The preview
the
as common.
normal.
The
It's as
tailwind,
like
head,
yeah.
body, container, even this logo. We have this one also common, right? Lastly,
Yes.
we have the heading also common, but only the content is changed,
Yes.
right? So what I did in the original backend side, I made a layout.tsx that takes the email layout component, takes the children, preview, and heading. The preview is for this one, and the heading is for this one. So we're actually passing strings over here and the React node for the children. So the children is optional because else it will be giving us error. So the HTML preview with the preview component, the string. Then we have the tailwind, head, body, container, the logo, and we have the heading with heading. And finally, we're passing the children over here. Right. The rest is the same. So now if I go over here, this component is way shorter than this one. What you think?
Uh, yeah, of course.
I'm literally taking the layout, I'm passing the preview and heading as props,
Yeah.
and lastly, I'm just passing the children over here. They get it.
Yes.
Is-
Yeah.
Isn't it easy?
There's a main component, and we just
Actually,
pass that.
we could make it 2 lines shorter even. Because look, do we need to style this div? Mostly not, right? Because ultimately the fact is the div is placed over here, this div, right? Or
Right.
maybe actually not this one, I guess. It's this div, right? So it's not styled, but this is over here because we have the empty, or maybe there is a MD, I guess. There should be a margin
What's the
bottom.
point of empty-0?
Yeah, because by default, this React, I'm actually using React email, right?
Oh,
React email.
yeah.
So by default,
It's a
H1, H2 gets a default margin
yeah.
on
One.
y-axis. So I actually had to make it 0, or else it just looks bad. Job applied. I'm making it the like default one. If I go to job applied, let's see, there is a weird margin over here. But if I remove it, this looks way better.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, so we can actually remove this div from here and we can just wrap it over here if I'm not wrong. I can just pass the div over here. That's div. Now we can get rid of this div over here and that's the final component. Got it? Now that was the email verification. Now I gotta make I guess 2 more or maybe less 5 more components. Account deletion, email verified, password change, reset password. Okay. Let's just make them quickly. Account deletion.tsx. I'm just gonna make a file, account deletion.tsx. By the way, I'm having the env as cloaked. There are
So we cannot
envs.
see that.
Yeah, there's an extension for this one. If I click this button, it will be all available to viewers, but I'm doing that. And by the way, I'm using my own SMTP server via Google. This one, that's my own SMTP server via Google. I'm using my app password and my own email to send the emails. Account deletion. This one, I just wanna copy and paste it, and then I'll be wrapping it inside the email layout. Email layout goes from here to there. Actually, wait a minute. Let me just do this. Take this out. Now we can get the intelligence for this one. Account. Actually, it's gonna be component. Count over it. Now I can just add this part over here. And that's it. We're done. Isn't that cool?
Extra codes. Yes.
And obviously, I don't need the socials over here. I'll be needing the data. I can just get rid of this. And as I've been needing data, I can just pass it to props. So interface, props. We need the company name. We need actually site as name, a string, and we need the owner, a string. And next, we need the username to whom we are referring. So we got this one. Why username is giving me? Oh, that's one. I found it. Site.name. Wait, what's the support email? Oh, that was support email. So I can just make it email over here. So I can get rid of this, and I can just write site.support email. Actually, site.emails.support. That will be good. Now I can just get emails. I can have an object and I can have support. It should be nested and this should be fine. Yeah.
So you are done with the email part.
Huh?
So you're done with the email part, or you have more?
No, the email is just this one. Actually,
No,
as it's gonna
not
be
this. Not this email, but I meant the whole thing. What you're doing.
yeah, it will be used over here. I have actually made the function, like not completely. What the hell is this function? Node mailer verify email. This one. So actually, what you're supposed to be doing is, if you read the docs in Node mailer, you're supposed to be sending HTML. Node mailer doesn't support React. Okay, so if I pass this component as raw, it will not work. So I googled and I found that React email has a function to convert this React code into native HTML. And the function works like, there should be a render function. Yeah, node mailer. So yeah, this function render. This render functions come from React email / components. You just pass the component and you will get the HTML back. So now if we have the HTML, it is already styled using React and Tailwind. If the component is ready, so it will just work as raw HTML, right? So yeah, that's it. By the way, I was supposed to change the theme. What about that? Just zoom it in. Let me just get these. Actually, let me just copy it. We don't need the.
You're writing the whole backend with Express and what?
Yes, it's fully Express.
And for the DB?
Mongo. We're having the database configuration over here. You were familiar with Prisma or Drizzle, right? If I'm not wrong.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you have seen the syntax of dv.users. Let's say query,
yes.
whatever this thing.
Yes.
So what I did is made a class database with private only URI, the URL for the connection that goes over here. And
I got this, I got this syntax. What it?
So you know that I'm actually making dv.users.jobs, that thing.
Yes.
That's good.
I got it. You made a constructor in the end. It's just
Yeah,
taking it and you're using it to connect it.
it's actually way better
Got
than
it.
you're actually raw calling this. What do you call it? Models. And by the way, I'm using TSC. Don't bully me.
What's TSC?
The
Actual compiler.
TypeScript default compiler.
Uh-huh.
Look,
That was the problem.
you have seen. You have what the what? Huh? Oh, you could do that.
What you
That
did.
this thing, the GitHub compiler suggestions. You will get that with
I
Control
also
Enter.
I also opened it sometimes, but I never, you know, wanted to see what was it.
That's Control Enter. Lol. I never knew it. Yeah. So you have seen the syntax, right? This thing like import, let's say something from @ slash whatever slash whatever. You've seen
Hmm.
the syntax, right? It's the next is
Hmm.
common syntax. So
Hmm.
you can actually set it over here with the what do you say it? Base URL dot and the paths as sr sorry @ slash star with src slash star. You could set that. Actually, it works. But when you would try to compile it using TSC, TSC will not resolve the paths for @ slash. Did I make you understand what I just said?
Uh, Little bit. I think this path, whatever you're saying, it's like the
No,
default of
it's actually
JSX.
it's kind of like
TSX.
no, it's not about TSX. It's like, for example, if you have the path as @ slash whatever slash whomever. So if
Hmm.
I that's TypeScript code. Okay, so this one is TypeScript. Now if I transpile it to JavaScript, it would be looking like @ slash whatever slash whomever. Right.
Hmm.
But unlike TypeScript, we don't have any JS config for JavaScript. I mean, you get TS config with TypeScript, but you don't get any JS config by default with JavaScript, right?
Hmm.
So there is no way to understand JavaScript that this path is a valid path. I mean, you usually navigate to path using dot slash whatever, right?
Hmm.
So there is no way for JavaScript to know what path is this, what is @ So that's where the role of bundlers come in. So what are bundlers? Bundlers is basically bun. Bun is a bundler.
Are you talking about import alias?
No, actually, yeah, kind of.
Because it does the same thing.
That's actually the
You
same
cannot.
thing. Yeah.
Actually, the thing with import alias is that you
No,
can
but
use both.
the point that I'm trying to show is TSC doesn't resolve these paths. So if you use TSC, it will
What
be.
do you mean by resolved the path?
Let me finish. TSC doesn't resolve
Okay.
this path. That means that if you use TSC to transpile this code into JavaScript, you will get this.
Hmm.
So it will keep
Hmm.
the @ as @. So JavaScript has no way to know what @ is because there is no JS config or something like that. But if you use ESBuild or rollup or let's say bun even, bun, what this will do is it will get the relative path. So dot slash whatever slash whomever. Now it's clear to JavaScript what this path is, right?
Yes.
Because JavaScript doesn't know about @, but JavaScript does know about dot and dot dot.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what bundlers do. Bundlers will resolve this path to their relative paths, but TSC or the non-bundler will not do that. That's why
Hmm.
if you actually go to tsconfig, what do you call it? Yeah, this actually. They actually ask you whether you're using TSC to turn your .ts into .js files. Because if you use TSC, you will not get path resolves. But if you use any bundler, like an external bundler, like bun, whatever, then you will get this path resolve model. Got it?
So it will resolve the path
Yeah.
if I use it with dot slash or
Now
something.
that's the when I was actually using TSC for the first time, I didn't know that was the case because I was using bundler, I was using bun or ESBuild or rollup mainly. So I
Hmm.
thought it would be a common case that non-bundlers would be doing that, but then
Hmm.
I Got this error. And that's how I knew.
So they are also giving the folder safety.
Yeah. Actually, at the rate is way better than writing
Yes, yes,
down that
of course,
whole
because
long path.
yes, yes, at the rate is always better because you are taking everything from the root.
And
You don't
the
have to care about the.
weirdest part about using TSA is you get what the hell is that? Module resolution. Do you have module resolution over here? Yeah, yeah, the module resolution at node next. Now, you have any idea what node next does, or wait, not that over here. Just wait for a moment. Just once over here, module. So, do you know what this does? Common chase, ES
Yes,
2015,
yes, yes, I
2022.
know.
So node
It,
next.
it's it's it's
So if you
basically
use node next, you gotta define the .js extension over here, which is weird. Because
mm,
because look, I'm using .ts, but if I go over here and I give control space, I get the .js files.
because ultimately it
Yeah,
is
but
compiling to
it's
the Node
only if you're
16
using node
version.
next.
Yes, Node next. Yes,
But if you
I
use,
think at that time they didn't used to compile PS,
because
so
by
they are
default Next.js uses ES next, this thing, ES next, or you could just use ES 2015, 2022, whatever. But if you use node
just
next, you gotta do this. And there is another drawback about this system, that you cannot use // models. Like by default, if we use this in Next.js, it will get the default .index.ts file from the model if that is present. But you cannot do that in the node next. So you gotta write the index.js. So basically, I'm just exporting all the functions from one file and then I'm importing it in one file. Okay. So, what the fuck was I, by the way? Yeah, making the competition. That actually, I gotta do one thing. I have to write mail to colon. Mail to colon, then we have the support email. Now I gotta add the same thing for email verification. What the hell is that? This should be better. Next up, and just comment this out. We have email verification. It's done. We have the email verified. Email verified.tsx. We can get rid of this thing. We can just comment this out too. We can elapse this one and just write what the email template, sorry, email layout. Then we can just pass the preview and hit the preview as account verified. Is it account verified? Yeah. So I'm actually gonna be having this one account verified for company site.name, and then I'll be heading will be account verified. Then I can just copy and paste this thing. Where the hell is the dev? This one, right? Copy and paste. Now I just gotta define these things. So the site.name,
site.
did I import sticker icon from somewhere? No. This would be mail to colon plus site dot, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? Site dot emails dot support. Next up, site dot owner. Why it is giving me sticker icon? Site dot name, and we have the redirect URL as it is. Yeah, that's fine. Now I can just define the interface with this one actually, or maybe this one.
You can keep all the interfaces in one file at the
No,
moment.
I'm
It will
actually
be better.
having different interfaces for different files, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but you can ultimately have like interface folder and export everything at once.
I actually
You
have an
can,
interface folder for that one with the
it would be
job
a better
document, payload,
part.
and user document. These are the interfaces for the schemas. I'm not actually having different, because ultimately these are only templates. I'll not be using it. I'll be just rendering it, right? So it
But
doesn't
still,
matter. And either
you
ways,
should do it.
I don't get the point of making a separate file for this interface. These are not like reusable interfaces.
Mm, really?
Yeah,
Is it not?
nope. Site
We're
pin.
using this in here only. So have you done with the database modeling and everything?
Yeah, the database schema is like reusable, right? The user document. I'm using it,
Yes.
and the same for the job document.
Uh,
And the payload, the default payload, this is being used multiple times in my JWT file. Default payload. When I'm setting the default value of this generic.
right.
You know what generics are, right?
I Yes, but I have no idea about this JWT
Yeah, we're talking about that later.
web token.
Actually, once I'm done with this email verification thing, I'll be explaining that thing. I guess that's it for this interface. Are we done? Company name,
Yes.
owner, redirect URL, username, and support email. Yeah, okay. Why do I have errors? Next up, we have the job applied. I'm just going to copy paste. We're going to remove this, and this. Yeah, it's fine by me. I don't need this. I can get rid of this thing. We can just import email layout. Then we can just have preview for site dot name, or actually it's not, it's about job applications, right? So it's gonna be company dot name. So company dot name, and should I be doing job dot company dot name and job dot position, or company dot name and company dot position?
Company would be better. I don't know.
I think company is fine. Ultimately, you're
Company,
getting
yes.
placed in that same company for that role, right? Company or
Hmm.
position.
Job, yeah, company would be fine.
Application submitted. Now I can just copy paste this thing. This I can have company dot position. I can have company dot name, company dot email, and we're good. Now I just gotta define the interface. So interface props, as we have the company, which is nested, name, email. Yeah. Oh, we have the username also. You know this string. I'll just get rid of this thing and this. Oh, did you see? I'm actually using PRM as my company.
That's better. You shouldn't forget UX.
Bro, I made what do you call it? A hoodie for that one.
Yeah,
And
I
you
think we should
asked, and you,
reschedule that company. I think it still has a lot of
what
potential.
was the purpose of that? Social media? No, it was job posting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, social media plus job posting similar to LinkedIn, but in style of Instagram.
no, I forgot. We had three plans, right? Three different companies. One was Uploadies,
Second
second
was
was
PRM.
PRM,
What was the third one? Oh
it
yeah,
was
that blue. What was that name?
yes, it was like a
Benefit
fitness app.
Labs.
But
Benefit Labs.
we didn't even started that, but at least we started with this two.
No, we actually never started coding for Benefit Labs.
Yes, that's what I said.
We only coded for what do you call it? Uploadies and PRM
uploadies.
and PRM.
Did we what we did for PRM?
PRM was actually going good, right?
Could have got some sort of users in PRM, but the problem was that we don't know about who are our potential clients or users, to be honest. So it was tough
You're right, actually.
because Indian users need value. If they do not get the value, so what's the point of using something just to chat? They have WhatsApp for that, they have Instagram for that,
I
or even
think
LinkedIn. LinkedIn
making
introduced small form of content, I heard.
a LinkedIn
So
is weird.
yeah,
The
now
fact
they
is, I
introduced
don't think
short form
there
content.
we need more chat apps.
We do need chat apps actually, but the
Why?
problem, well, I think the different chat apps have different kind of, you know,
I mean,
what to
at the
say,
end of the day,
purpose.
if you're from like US, you're gonna use Snapchat. If you're from India, you're gonna use WhatsApp or
No, the chat actually in states, I think they use the normal iMessage something.
hmm,
So they don't have WhatsApp. I don't know if I'm wrong. I have to see it. Just a minute. Uh, US chatting app. Let's see what's trending. Is it?
what?
Oh, cool. Just a minute. Oh, it's WhatsApp only.
Which one?
Pretty famous. Uh, it's WhatsApp only at number one, then Facebook Messenger, then
Yeah,
Instagram, then
Messenger.
Telegram,
Messenger is
then
still
Signal.
Messenger. Huh? Signal? Are you for real?
D- Bro, Signal is one of the greatest. I don't know why it didn't blow up,
I
but
think I used it only once in my life. I believe I have an account and I used it only once.
but I think Signal is open source. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, I think you're right. I think it is open
Signal
source.
is open source. Just a minute. Yes, it is. Yep,
Then they nothing phone.
open
You
source
know
app.
about the nothing phone, right?
Yes,
Then nothing
I wanted to
initiated
have that.
like service similar to Apple, where it could send messages using through Apple and Android using the normal messages, not WhatsApp messages.
Hmm.
I mean, there was an app for that. I do not remember the
What's this? I think the whatever was the problem of chatting is that if people use chatting in different purposes and different apps. I have seen people chat different conversation in different apps. So I don't know, it's weird, but
lol.
people do that. Psychology brand place. I like that. Okay, so Signal is written in Java. The desktop is
Or
written
the
in
backend,
TypeScript.
right?
Oh, yeah, the
It
backend.
should only be the backend.
Yes, yes, yes. Did I said front end?
No, I'm
Okay,
just asking.
so the backend is written in Java. Okay, so there's Python also. Why is it Python but it's showing 0.0%? What's the point?
What is 0.0%?
The languages.
Oh, the
I'm
language
in the
suggest, yeah.
GitHub repo of
I
Signal.
think it's
The
because
languages,
I think it's because the percentage is so low.
but 0.0. What's the point? CSS also, JavaScript also.
Okay, so I
Handlebars is
have
0.1.
I have done it.
Okay, okay, okay.
What?
It's an Android app. That's the thing.
What?
They're using Kotlin.
Signal.
Yes, Signal is using Kotlin for the front end and Java for the back end. And
Isn't
for the desktop,
Kotlin just modded Java? like a framework of Java,
I
right?
I don't know. Is it Java
Let me
framework?
just check. Is Kotlin
Okay, Java is
framework of
famous
Java?
for developers using
Yes,
Kotlin
Kotlin is a
language or Java
the
framework. Yes,
framework for
Java
Java.
framework. Okay, so they're using Java as a primary language for the Android only.
That's good actually.
And for the desktop, let's see okay, so there's a lot of issues in the desktop version.
Okay, so let me
710.
actually make the routes for this one. So I'm gonna be having slash
Hey,
auth what?
hey,
What?
what are they using in the front end of
Slash
the desktop
API
version?
slash
Like
auth
components.
slash sign up would be the route for sign up user.
Where can I actually see that whatever or what is they are using? Not seeing.
Next we have the slash
Mm,
API slash auth slash sign in for sign in user. Now
mm.
here's the thing. I can just make it in two
Uh,
bubbles. That will be better.
how are you doing the auth? Will you be using
I'm
Clerk or something?
using just raw JWT.
Oh,
So
you can
this
just
one,
set up your authentication in just minutes, but you are using
so this is our
something
route for authentication. Okay, like the sign up route.
API
So
slash auth slash y auth, yeah, auth slash sign.
yeah, because I'll be having API slash auth slash sign up and API slash auth slash sign in. Or maybe we
But
can
why auth?
actually have API slash auth slash verify email or whatever the thing is. They'll have
Hmm,
multiple routes.
that would be good. That would be good. Something
So we
auth.
have, so once a user hits this endpoint, what happens?
Hmm.
So once someone creates an account, he
Okay,
will
so
be,
the thing is, I don't know about the backend much, so I want to ask one question.
yeah, go on.
In front end, what happens that we can decide the route, right? And
Yeah,
in that route, we call. So for example, yeah, this authentication API where you're saying that API slash auth slash sign up. We are hitting it, and we are sending some kind of it's
so
sign
you're
up, right?
asking where
So
I'm creating this route, right?
no, no, no. So the thing is, if I'm setting up my route in the front end as sign up slash sign up, so and we are calling auth slash sign up. So what is happening in
No,
the
on the
back end?
front end side, you're actually using like pure generic URLs. I don't know. We can just use slash sign up slash sign like slash auth slash sign up. I'm gonna be having slash auth slash sign up, but it could use just slash sign up. So on the front end, we're gonna be having slash sign up. Then we'll be sending an exhaust request or fetch request to this
Hmm.
endpoint
Hmm.
with a post request, and we'll be sending without any avatar. Okay, so we'll not be having any avatar URLs while, uh, or maybe actually we'll not be sending any files. So we'll be sending just raw JSON data because you have idea, right? So you cannot send files using JSON parser. Like
I cannot.
you cannot embed a file if you are sending a JSON. So you can have username
I think
as
I think I have done it once.
no, it cannot
What?
be done
No,
actually.
no, not like this. I forgot what I have used to it.
So for example, this
Mm,
one is your file dot jpg.
I yes, no, not like in this format. What I forgot what I have
No,
sent
it's
it.
it's it's JSON format, right? This one is JSON.
Hmm.
What the hell is this now? Just let me write JSON. This one is JSON. Now you cannot send files using JSON. This doesn't work. So what you could do is you can just make the format to form data, multi-part form data, let me just write the full thing. Multi-part form data. Actually write it like this, not like this. Multi-part form data. Yeah. And the type for this one is application slash JSON. Right. This is the default
Hmm.
type for forms in HTML or any front-end framework, but you could change it to multi-part form data, right? So now if you make it as a multi-part form data, by default it doesn't send the request like a JSON format. It goes as a form data format. So you can just use the form data object, form data, this one, or is it maybe data? I'm not sure, whatever. So you just get this form data object where you can just write constant form data equals to new form data. Okay. Now what you can do is form data dot append. First goes the key. So our key is username, and then goes the value. So it goes as it's DRVGO. Got it. Next we can have form data dot append. We have, let's say, the fdart, and then we can have the file. So it's going to be a variable because you cannot just send the file name over here. You're going to have the variable file over here, and then we'll be sending the fetch request in this URL /API /fdars /upload. That's this URL. Then we can have this body as, how do you write the body over here? Oh, you just pass the form data as it is. You just write form data over here, and then you gotta change the enc type or the content type that goes under, I guess, content type, this factor, and you can just change it to multi. Oh, actually, you set the headers. Sorry. You set the headers. Then inside it, you set the content type, content dash type as
JSON.
Multiple format.
Just for this.
Yeah,
Oh
because
no.
if you're sending files, you gotta use multiple form data. There is no other way than sending files inside, like, without using forms. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. So if I'm not sending files, just use JSON, and if you're sending files, just use form data. And by default, if you're not familiar with Express, there is a package called body parser, which I'm calling over here, body parser, this package. This thing is a middleware, kind of. It has a function called JSON. So by default, Express is dumb. Express cannot read any value, any body from the request. So if you write rec.body, it will not give you anything.
But why?
Because Express is dumb.
Then how it processes the next part?
Yeah, that's where body parser comes in. So we are calling body parser before accessing our route.
Okay. So it's a middleware where you are converting the form data into JSON again?
No, you're actually extracting the body from the request. So if you write rec.body without using this middleware, it's just going to return you an empty object, or actually not empty object, it's going to return you undefined. Okay, so by default rec.body will be empty.
Cannot read.
No, it's not cannot read, it's just going to give you undefined.
Because he cannot understand.
It's weird. Like, if I actually try to show you with this user router, I can have user router.post. I'm going to have a post request. Okay, so with a slash, let's say with a slash, then we're going to have, am I going to make a controller for this one? No, let's just make rec, raise. Don't have to mention the types. No. So constant body equals to rec.body. By default, it should be working because we have the property of body over here.
So basically, whatever I'm doing in the front end, like I'm sending the body.
Yeah. You're sending the body
the payload?
over here. Yeah, the payload. The thing.
Okay.
So I can actually name it as payload. That would be a better name. This is payload. So now I can actually write.
Doing is that it's taking the payload and then requesting the body again.
No, request is our request. Request is an object, right? So if you have the object request, we are just accessing the property of request. That is body. So if I actually
wait.
Yeah.
Wait. In the front end, what we do is we request something, right? And we get a response. Like we are requesting the data and
you're requesting and you're sending this body, right? This one is the body.
Yes.
So you are sending this body. Now on the backend side, we get the body using this rec.body. Or if it is Next.js, you get the rec.form data or rec.json.
After sending, basically we have requested the body. Then hey backend, we have sent the data. So please give us the response.
Yeah.
So what happens in backend is that they so you are requesting the body.
So whatever happens between the 6 and 8, like for now 6 and 8, so it is the calculations of the algorithms that we are doing from the backend. So for now, I'm actually logging
So
the payload.
what will you do with the payload? Let's say what the sign up payload. What will you do with that?
So I'll be
How can you
sending,
access that payload?
yeah, that's where rig.body returns us the body that you sent us. Whatever comes from the request, this request form data,
Uh,
that will be embedded inside this reg.body. Now I can just access the
okay,
body
okay,
using this reg.body method.
okay.
Sorry, the property.
So if we just console log that payload, we'll be getting the body,
Yeah,
whatever
I'm
front end sent
supposed
us.
to. I'm supposed to be getting that body. Now let's just
Okay,
start this up.
okay.
I believe it will not give me any error.
And what's the response dot send? I think it's
It's
like
just a response
from
that you are gonna
from the
get over
backend.
here. Yeah, the response that you're
Okay,
gonna
it's
get from the
from the
fetch
backend.
response. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
This shouldn't be giving me any error. Wait, let me just check.
I
Yeah, it's fine.
think not.
What is my Thunder client? I'm just gonna be sending a request using Thunder client. Okay. So I can just write. It's
Problem, it's
gonna
a
be a
better
post.
approach. I like Thunder client
Yeah, it's just
more
easy.
than it's very convenient, right? You don't have to
3001.
move
That's my
any.
port. 3000. I believe it's 3000. 3001. We have the API/users. Okay. I'm gonna sending a post request using JSON data. Right. So I'm gonna be sending
Mhm.
username as its DRVGO. So what is supposed to be happening?
So in the front end, we are sending the body. Then in here, it is receiving the body, whatever the from the front end it sent us. Then it's logging that, and then in response, you're sending a message. That's all.
That is what's supposed to be happening. So we'll be logging this thing and then we'll be sending its response. Right. So I'm gonna send it.
Mhm.
Are we getting undefined?
Why?
But we're getting the response, right? We have the 200. I set it as 201. I don't know. Whatever. Or maybe I need to write return. Weird. Whatever. So we're getting the response back, right? The user created
Right.
response. But the fact is, we're getting undefined whenever we're trying to log the body. So here comes the part of middleware body parser. What body parser does is Express is actually dumb. Express cannot understand what is embedded inside reg.body. It cannot extract the data from request by default. So I gotta use a middleware to parse that data, parse the JSON data mainly, because body parser only works with JSON data. You cannot parse form data using body parser. So if I go over here, I commented these lines. If I comment them in, you comment them out, and if you comment them in, I guess that's the right term. So
Okay, body parser is a middleware.
yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm actually not running this in watch mode. Just for a moment. Dev burn run dash watch. Now I'm just gonna.
And after doing front end for a long time, I can actually understand what's happening in the back end. Pretty cool. Because at first I didn't understood about what is happening and what's going on.
So now that
And
we
it's
have the
clear.
middleware enabled, we have the .json, this function called. This is the function that will enable us, like allow us to parse the JSON data. Okay. Now if I send the request,
Mm.
look, we have the body over here.
So it's a compulsory thing that if you're
Yeah.
using
Like
Express, you have to.
we use body parser. I believe there are other parsers like body parser, but body parser is a common thing.
Mm.
Now we have a
And what's that URL encoded? What's that?
that's the URL
What
encoded. I believe you have seen this thing. Let me check over here. There should be a URL encoded option.
is this parameter?
Wait. Whatever you're seeing here,
Mm.
this is what you call URL encoded.
Okay, okay, got it. Right.
Actually, it's not completely URL encoded. It's still URL decoded. But you have seen the percentage and those signs in the URLs, right? So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you see percentage, that just converts the URL query params into encoded versions. Okay.
Yep.
So now the factor is we can only parse JSON data now. Okay. We cannot parse form data. If I try to send the same thing using form, so I'm gonna have first a field username and its DRVGO. Right. And by the way, you have an option for files over here. Can you see it?
Where?
So if I enable this thing, only then I'll be able to send files. That means you can only send files
Why?
using form data. You cannot, you do not have any option for sending files in JSON format, because JSON doesn't support file sending, only form support.
Is it possible that before sending,
For sending,
it converts to something, you know,
yeah, it is possible. We can change the file type, like the file type, to buffer. You know what buffer is, right?
hmm,
Buffer is just ones and zeros and strings. So we can just change
hmm,
it to a buffer. Now buffer becomes a string at the end, right? So you can just add the
hmm,
buffer.toString and it will give us the string. It's gonna be a long string, but then we can just send the data that buffer using JSON, and then after we get back the buffer in our backend, we can just reconvert that into the file. That's possible, but nobody does that. Don't ever try to do that. Okay, so now let's see. If I try to send this form data, we have the same thing, right? That as JSON, but we have that as form data. Now if I try to send this, it will give me empty object. Are you seeing this?
yep.
It's empty object. Better resend it, but if I try to send it using JSON, we get the data. That means body parser only parses data that is in JSON format, or we have the actual format written over here, application/JSON format. If you want to
Hmm.
parse multiport/form data, we're going to be using another
Well,
library called Multer. I believe you have heard about Multer.
yes, quite a
So
lot.
Multer, here's a misconception. People think Multer is only used for file uploads, but Multer is basically used for form data parsing. So if you have form data, like either ways, you're not going to be using form data for with,
But I exactly got the point why people use as clerk
yeah,
or any authentication
yeah,
services,
yeah.
except doing this.
There is a reason behind why you should be
A
using a third
lot
party
of
service.
hectic thing because also after getting the data from the front end, there's a lot of things happening in the back end, like hashing the password, keeping
So
the
let me
user's
just check
data
whether
safe.
I have Multer installed or not. Do I have? Yeah, I have Multer installed along with the types. So what I can do is I can make a Multer folder inside my lib Multer. Then I can have let's say parse form function, or maybe none.ts. Okay. Now we can have export function parse form. I can just import Multer from here, import Multer from Multer, parse form. What this will do is just will return the multer.none middleware. Okay. Actually, I think I'm doing something wrong. Am I supposed to use it like that? Or maybe I'm actually supposed to use a constant. Export constant parse form equals to multer.none. This thing. Now, if I pass this as my middleware, it will be parsing my form data. Okay, so I'm actually exporting it as index.ts. So start from ./none.js. Now I can import it inside my route, wherever that was. What the fuck is going on? Now, Multer is the middleware, right?
Yes.
So we have to use it after hitting the endpoint and before processing the request, right? So in
Hmm.
between this thing, you can just give a space over here and a comma. I can just write parse form. And that's all you need to do. I'm just gonna import from it. Now the server is restarted. If I try to send JSON, it will work. If I try to send form, it will work too. Is it clear now?
Yes, that's what Mulder is doing.
So Multer is good. Like there is a misconception about this one that Multer is used for only file parsing. So I just have to clarify that. Yeah. So By the way, where I was before explaining this thing.
Brother.
Where I was. Where was I?
Hmm.
Mm,
After murder, that was the last point you said. Murder.
no, it was
That's
about
that.
Mulder. I am talking about before talking about body parts and chasing that thing.
Mm, wait. Body part.
JWT.
But
Was it JWT?
I think JWT was the first topic. You said you'll explain later. I don't know if it's that you're talking about right now.
Uh, let's just talk about JWT. You want to talk about JWT?
Yes, let's do it because I already understood most of the things.
Is backend easy now? At least in a way.
I think after seeing the code, I think it's pretty understandable what is happening in the backend. But at the same time, am a little bit confused because of course I haven't worked with backend.
No,
So yeah, there's a lot of time I have to give on the backend stuff. I'm really poor on the backend thing.
no. So I'm gonna be showing you what JWT is. So you know what JWT stands for, right?
Yes, JSON web token.
Web token.
Is it
Yes.
JSON or
JWT.
JavaScript web token?
No, JSON web token.
Okay.
JSON web token. So what is JWT? So we have the name JSON over here, and we have the name web and token. So basically, JSON web token is JSON web token. It's a token that is used for web authentication and which is written in JSON format or which is set in JSON format. So if I log into my Post-it account, I have Post-it. Maybe I have the app installed.
Okay.
Now I have to just change it to confidential. I'll be entering my credentials.
Bro, nobody can see your password either of the way.
No, they could say it in the notepad, right?
But I saw the notepad.
So
Is it
what?
that I can see? Oh,
Yeah,
because I'm in the Discord.
yeah. I actually had that.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to log in and let's actually check what happens over here. This Brave, right? I believe it's Brave. Let's actually get to the network tab and get to the application tab. So the application is currently empty. I'm actually going to have it over here. This one over here. Can I do this? Oh, I cannot have side or move to bottom. I can have this. Oh, it's great. Okay, so this one is empty and we have nothing over here. So if I try to submit this form, it's DRVGO and my password. That's our first request for authenticate user. It's pending. It's done. It's not 200 okay. We have the 200 okay response, and then we're getting all the posts. Now we have these two tokens over here, right? These are my JWT tokens, so my authentication tokens. So one of them is refresh token, one of them is access token. I believe the first one is access and the second one is refresh. But you can just call the refresh one as auth token because I named it as token. So in my current project, I'll be only using the JWT refresh token. There will not be any access token. But if it's a serious project, you should be using both of refresh and access tokens. So what there, I'll be coming that way.
So it's like a safety mechanism.
Kind of. By the way, I'm setting this token as cookies. We have the HTTPS true. We have the same site as strict. So nobody can use a token from a third-party provider.
So why are you setting that as a cookie? Because you want the user to be signed in.
No.
As long as you want.
Yeah, that's one case, and there is a what do you call it? Expiration for the access token, but there is no expiration for the auth token. So whenever you visit Facebook, I believe Facebook uses JWT. Whenever you you visit Facebook, you are logged in, but you do not know. But you do not get logged out until you hit the logout button, right?
I don't think so.
It's the fact. You do not get locked out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like in the both website and the app?
Yeah. You don't
Is
get
it?
locked
I
out.
don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Nah, but there is a thing that these cookies have a default expiration time. That is 6 months. So if you log in within that time span, that expiration time will just be added. Will be increased.
okay, so my Facebook is hacked.
Okay, so if I try to get this token, just gonna copy it. I'm just gonna paste it in what the just gonna paste it in JWT. But it's because it's ArcSize system. JWT.io. Okay. Now I've copied my token. I can just paste it over here. See this ID?
Yes.
That's my user ID for post it. I'm saving my user ID inside this JWT token so that I can get it and check with which user is currently logged in. Now to check, I gotta get the token from somewhere, and I'm getting this token from this thing, the cookies. Now you're gonna be asking, if I steal your token and if I just paste it over here, I can just add cookies as much as I want. So if I do that, what's gonna happen? So by default, if you do this token, copy this and paste it in your session, my refresh token will be changed. So what is a refresh token? So I have two concepts. One, access token. Two, refresh token. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you create an account, you generate this token, this refresh token, or you can just call it the auth token. You can call it whatever you want. It's the token that is permanent and that is unique to you. Access token is also unique, but there are different purposes for access token. So if you are using refresh tokens or the auth token, whenever you sign in, you get this token. This token is then saved in your DB. I'm not saving it in my DB. I'm just saving it in my Redis, I guess. I guess I'm caching this token. I'm saving it in my cache database, which is Redis. Okay. So when this one is set, if I try to log in or if I try to send a request, for example, in a route, which is /API/posts/create. Okay. So I'm sending a request to this route. Okay. Now I can only post if I'm logged in, right?
Yes.
So if I'm logged in, there is a refresh token.
Hmm.
And if there is a refresh token, I'm logged in. It says vice versa.
Hmm.
Right? So if I have a refresh token, I can just decode the token, like similar to what JWT did over here. This thing just decoded my token. So if I decode this token, I can get back my ID from here. Right?
Yes.
So I can get back my sub, or which is the ID, my user ID. I can just write UID for convenience. Okay. So that's my ID. Now that I know who is logged in, or I have the ID, I can call my database. Right. I can call my database and I can check whether database has this user ID or not. If I have this user ID, I'm just going to return the user from here. I can get the user from the database now.
Yes.
Right? So now I have the user over here. So look, we had the auth token. We only decoded the ID. We requested our database so that we can get back the user. Now that we have the user, we can check whether this user has specific permissions or not that I had, like post creation or that thing, or whether you're restricted or not. So I have those fields like is restricted or is post creation enabled, those fields, right? Now I have the user over here, so I can get the username or some properties like that I can just write like this. So for example, we'll be having the username, we'll be having the email, Next, maybe we'll be having obviously ID, and they created that restricted as that's okay. Fine.
Quite a long process.
Yeah, but it doesn't take time. That's the thing. So we have the username, right? So now, if I go to post it over here, if I visit this site, create a post, you will see my name over here at its DRVGO. So how does Post-it know what my username is? Right.
Um, I think. I think. How does it know?
Let me just remove this, and I'm just going to refresh the page. Now let's actually check the fetch request. We have that users.currentUser logged in over here. Right.
I think by somehow it's again converting back the refresh token.
Yeah,
No, the access token.
we
No,
have
the refresh token. Yes.
we already have the user.currentUser route. That's our API route that is posting over here,
Hmm.
API/grpc/users.currentUser. Now, what
Hmm.
it is doing at the backend, and as a response, we're actually getting the whole user.
That's like what I said.
Yeah.
You-
So
You're getting the whole.
we're actually querying the DB using this ID. We're getting back the user, and then we're filtering what fields we are required. So we have the ID, the username, and like the password as null because I cannot show the password to the front end. So password as null.
Hmm.
First time role restricted and created that. So I have the username over here, and that's the username that is being set over.
Well,
Okay. Now,
hmm.
what is the part of access token? Can you try?
What's a part of the access token?
Yeah. We have the user. User is logged in. User can send a request to this route. But then why do you need this access token?
To access to access something.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, so to access the route, I don't know.
yeah, it's kind of right you are. So what we are doing, we're using the same user ID that we decoded from here, and we are generating an access token similar to the refresh token. It's the same as the access token, which is over here, the access token. This access token will be having an expiry time, which will be around 15 seconds. Usually people do 15 seconds, but you could do 10 seconds. Sorry, did I say 15 seconds? It should be 15 minutes.
Is it 15 seconds?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 15 minutes. Sorry. So usually these access tokens have an expiry time of 15 minutes. Discord uses access tokens to send messages. So I cannot show it on stream, but if I send you a message on Discord, if I do it using the browser, if I send you a message on the console or the network tab, you will be seeing your access token, which will be valid for 15 minutes. If you try to send another message after 15 minutes, you will see that your token has changed. Do you get it?
A bit.
Yeah. So
Trying.
access
I'm
tokens are
still.
basically used to get access to a particular route that is not publicly available or even like protected in a very secure way. I mean, you are logged in Post-it. If you're logged in, I am giving you access to roam, to get along with Post, visit other profiles. You can copy links, whatever the hell do you want to do. But if you want to create a post, you have to be having access token. So if I try to write hi, just give a look at the network tab. Okay, I'm gonna hit post.
Okay.
So what was our first route? Token.
Hmm.
Then once the response was successful, we got to post.create post. Right. Then we redirected to the first page. Right. So inside the token, look, we have a message called access token verified, and we have the token as the response. That's the same token that is set over here. So if I try to post something, first I'm gonna send a request to my token route, which is /API/token. Then I'm gonna verify whether the access token that I have in my cookies is valid or not. How do I know whether it is valid or not? JWT provides a function called verify JWT. What this does is checks whether the token has the enough time. So by default, we're setting the time as 15 minutes, right?
Yes.
So if on after 15 minutes we try to access this route or maybe this token route using this the old access token, it will throw us an error. Is it clear now?
That's why the user cannot log back in and then they have to log in again
Yeah.
to get the access
Now,
token refreshed
yeah,
again.
now I cannot do that for post it. I could have done that, but what I did, if your token is expired that you have it in your cookie, then we'll generate a new token for you. And then we'll just set the new token as a cookie in your cookie base. Okay, so on that case,
Whatever I understood is that that's not really necessary for you to do authentication in this particular time, but it's really necessary for you to know how things are working,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So basically, it's the core of the backend, the authentication system, how it is working.
yeah, because
And
that's
it's
how
pretty cool.
you give access to routes, right?
Yes.
You can block people from accessing some routes.
Mm-hmm.
So once that access token is done, you send request to this and you get back a response that redirects you some page. Is it clear now what JWT is
Yes.
and how does it work?
Yes.
So is it enough for today?
Of course.
So what did you learn today?
But I'm just thinking about something.
What?
I already told you, right, that I want to be doing backend with JavaScript.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking, I think Golang should also have this kind of
Obviously, there is a
facilities.
library for JWT, Golang JWT,
Thank you. Just,
but it's packages.go.dev
oh, yes, yes, yes. Go
JWT,
packages have
JWT
JWT.
Go.
Okay, okay, okay.
I believe
But
there
you
will
know,
be the same functions.
I'm pretty sure about this that Golang backend has a lot of things more than what Express has. I'm pretty sure about that because it's quite interesting to do it.
Are there any examples that I can read?
Yes, of course you can. So if you go to Go by example, I think you can read it. Or if you just go to Go packages and click on something like anything like on the Go document, Go packages, just search for JWT and you can find it.
So I'm just gonna write JWT.
Yes, the parser option, the registered claims, or
Yeah,
anything,
so there are
signing method.
actually many versions of this.
Uh,
Now what do I do? Examples. See the project documentation. Wow. See the example. Oh, so it's
and
basically the same thing. Yeah. You get the token, you get the claims, you get the function and the options. So the token is basically our secret key that we'll be using to encode our token.
and what is the options?
Options are the expiry time and
Okay,
those
okay, okay,
things.
okay. Yeah, yeah, got it. Okay.
Parser options. I believe we have, I don't know how to actually properly read this thing.
So, what do you think? If a beginner wants to learn backend, what is the first thing they should build?
Just a raw CRUD app using authentication. Or maybe first actually make a CRUD app, then add authentication layer to that. Because
Just make a CRUD app and then
and
add it.
whenever you try to like make authentication, just
Mhm.
keep a clean head.
Clean head. What do you mean?
I mean, just be patient, peaceful.
Okay, 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 okay. Just empty your ID, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it for today.
Yes. Will you sleep right now or you have other work?
I don't know. First of all, I'm gonna end the stream. Let me just end the
All
stream.
right.